Good morning. Happy Saturday. It is May 10th, 2025. I hope that you are well today. We are continuing with the Unplayed series, but this is a fairly special episode. The Unplayed series began with Abzu. I thought it was actually in early May because that's when my YouTube upload was, but then I was like, wait, I can check Steam to see when I last played Abzu. So the Steam series actually began April 29th, 2023. So we have been at this for 2 years. This is going to be Unplayed number 162. I don't know if numerically that's halfway through. It's probably more than halfway through, honestly. I think there are more games starting with earlier letters of the alphabet than later. Probably more than halfway through. But the reason why this is special is because this episode is Myst Masterpiece Edition. And I feel like I have to give you a little bit of context. So, I first played Myst a little bit late. Myst, the original game, came out in 1993. I was a bit young for that. But I rediscovered the game one of the summers from college. And at the time, it was already old. So you can kind of guess maybe how old I am by what I'm about to say. Dusted off the old Snow iMac that was running OS 9 in order to run Myst because it didn't run on OS 10. And I played through Myst, Riven, and Myst 3 in the course of a summer. And I only had to look up a guide once during Myst 3. There was this world that had, you were, in a tree. It was, very foresty. And, I just literally could not figure out where I needed to click to go to the next screen. Because it wasn't, gritty. As in, there was no grid. But I was very proud of my achievements in beating those games. And I remember it was a time that I was very engaged. I was enjoying playing the games by myself. And in some ways, I kind of feel like that was the start of me as a gamer. I played a couple games before that, I was playing Smash, Smash Melee, but it was more in, a casual way at the time. That was when I started getting into gaming a lot more. Fast forward, when Myst was available on the Nintendo DS, I bought it. I was like, I don't think I'm going to play it again, but I wanted my ex to try it. He ended up not liking the game, not finishing it. C'est la vie. But it's important to note, I do have a copy of Myst that I could technically play. But when Humble Bundle came around with the Myst and More bundle in January of 2022, I bought it. Small peek. I bought it because it had all of the Myst games. It even had some Myst games that I hadn't played. There's Myst 4 and 5 and Uru, and which I had never played. I only ever had the first 3 games. But it did also have some games from my childhood, specifically Spelunks, which I played the crap out of Spelunks as a child. And so it was just hitting that nostalgia button, and I was like, purchase. Could you say you didn't play them because you missed them? Yeah. Okay. But, so I bought this bundle, but I didn't install anything from it. Okay. I just bought it and it sat in my library. It also the bundle in 2022, January 2022, had a that's your peak pun. It's all downhill from here. It had a coupon for the new Myst game that just came out because they remastered Myst. It's all for like modern systems now. You're walking through and da da da. I never liked that aspect of it. I prefer the classic experience of screen by screen by screen. I don't really like the real Myst walking through because of the motion sickness thing, right? So I like the old way. So I was like, I'm not interested in the remaster. So I didn't use that coupon. But nor did I install any of the Steam games. This was before I decided to do Unplayed series. Lo and behold, when I started getting more into the Unplayed series, I was like, okay, I need to go through and install all of the games that I've bought. Because I did not realize at the time that I was doing that I was buying bundles and then not installing them. Because remember, I started the Unplayed series in late April 2023. I bought the Myst and More Humble Bundle again in July of 2023. Exact same bundle, exact same 11 games. It didn't have the coupon for Myst this time, but I wasn't super interested in that. And I didn't realize what I had done, which was to just... So I have extra keys for these games. But I bought the exact same bundle again. And when I realized I had done that, which I think... I'm not sure at what point I was like, okay, the Unplayed series, I'm going to make sure that I'm playing through everything. It was probably in July. It was probably right after I bought that bundle. And then I went to go look at it and I was like, wait, I already have this. That was when I was like, okay, with this Unplayed series, I'm going to go through all of my bundles because apparently I have not installed everything. Install anything I'm like remotely interested in. And that's going to make up the Unplayed series. So as you can see, Myst is very important in my development as a gamer, and also in this series as a whole. And also, I started this series 2 years ago in 2023. I thought it's been longer. I thought it's been 3 years, but no, it's 2023, and then it's 2025 now. So that's 2 years. A lot can change in 2 years. A lot can change. But yeah, I guess I don't even know if I'm gonna play this whole thing. I have checked, it does launch. Unlike the Manhole, that was something else that I was concerned about too, was the Manhole did not launch. That was one of the games in the bundle, but it was for Windows XP Vista or Windows 7 unofficial. I think there's a very big difference between like Windows Vista and like Windows 10. I don't think there's going to be as much of a difference between Windows 10 and Windows 11, but I have been purposefully not updating. So I'm still running Windows 10, but after this, I could theoretically upgrade to Windows 11, which is good because you have to upgrade to Windows 11 by October, I think. So yeah. Story time is over. And unless anyone has any questions. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna close down anything that doesn't need to be open. And I'm going to swap over here. I'm gonna have to do full screen because unfortunately it only runs full screen. So we're gonna capture any full screen application. And we're gonna pull up Twitch on my phone. Oh boy, it's almost 80 already. Gonna pull up Twitch. Do so I can see chat. I'm gonna turn the volume down. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna watch the game, and it's hopefully gonna work. Yeah, I think we're at a reasonable volume. I did check it earlier and it did launch. This is Myst Masterpiece Edition. It came out in like 2000, and the whole point was that it was gonna imitate the 1993 version. Oh, that's too loud. Too loud. As much as possible. Can you imagine how epic this probably was in 1993? Oh my god, it's a triangle and a circle. Yeah, but if you go to options, yeah, it's full screen or nothing. I don't actually know what any of these things are. We're just gonna cancel. And we're gonna go to a new game, because I haven't played yet.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Challenge in understanding poor quality audio. No subtitles. Myst. Oh, that sound. Whoa. Oh, hey, look! It's a bird. It's a bird flying. A little QuickTime window right here. With the birdie. Look back. Here's the forest. Two possible ways we can go. Let's go up this way. Okay, that doesn't do anything yet. Maybe this was the only way we could go. Can I go this way? Yeah. Yeah, these switches, what do they do? Who knows? There's a door down here. Mysterious music. Oh. Got buttony looking things. Okay, only this button seems to do things. These are lights. Well, I guess I'll just leave it. Something written here. Settings, dimensional imager. Topographical extrusion test, 40. Water turbulent pool, 67. Marker switch diagram, 47. Okay. I don't know if this corresponds to anything, but I think I can remember that pattern pretty easily. Yeah, that ladder's down to where I just was. Okay, we're gonna go back up here. Oh ho! Catherine, I have left for you a message of utmost importance in our forechamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atreus. Okay. So far there's 2, then 3. Ooh. Woo. Okay, I don't know what to do with this yet. Little. Oh, lights. Ooh, it's fancy. What happens if I sit in the chair now? Ooh, it's stars. Well, you'll be able to see maybe what the constellations were as of a certain date. You can tell, well, I do not remember much about this game other than you go to other worlds. I also remember there was a world that had music puzzle that I liked. So far we're at 3 switches. Here's a 4th one. I wonder if they're supposed to be up or down. I found them in both positions. Hey, it's a little scale model of the ship. How awkward and weird. Little rocket ship over there. Go look at the rocket ship. Or number 5. I'm gonna guess those switch boxes have something to do with, like, electricity. Cause see, there's, like, cords running everywhere. Alright, well, I found 5 so far. 6. It's a 6th one. Ooh. Okay, this is the 10th place and the 1's place. Power and power to spaceship. Generator switches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. But these seem like they were the 10s, and this seems like it was the 1s, so... Maybe that's a code that corresponds to something. See, that's 10 and 11. And 7, 8, 16, 5, 1, 2, 22 for no reason, 19, and 9. Huh. You probably have to, like, math it to be a certain amount. You just want to keep going. Alright, I think we're on 5 of those switch things so far. There's 6 for that right there. Not messing around. Oh! I'm changing the time! Okay, so it probably has to be a certain time and then push a button. Alright. Looks like that's the end of the road. Alright, well I found 6 of the things. I don't know how to enter it, but I will try. Six. How do I interact with this? But this is the imager. See, this is where too I'm much dumber in my old age. And it's a different time. We've become accustomed to instant gratification a lot more, I think. Because I'm kind of like, I don't know how to interact with this thing. I think the answer is 6, but I don't know how to put 6 in. That doesn't mean anything to me either. Can I click any of these things? No. That seems to be atmosphere. Interestingly, there are also 6 things in the imager. Huh. Hey, Hello One. I don't know why I said Hello One. Probably because I was trying to say hello. Hi, Hollow One. I'm trying to figure out how to put 6 into this thing. Maybe all of them have to be switched to a certain direction? Let's read the note again. Note. It says enter the number of market switches on this island into the imager. to receive the message. Also, am I Catherine or am I just some random person? I'm probably some random person. Awesome that I'm playing Myst. I first played it many years ago. Way back in the college days, and it was old even then. So I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I need to figure out how to input things into the imager. I believe the answer is 6. So I think we gotta go with the classic click until something happens. Just looking to see if I'm missing anything coming down here. Here's a question. If I go over here... No, I can't get behind the thing? I want to see if I can look at it from a different angle. Does not appear so. Okay. The classic hunt the pixel approach. Yeah, I mean, when I was in college, the only thing that I had to, look up was in Myst 3. I was able to figure out everything else on my own. So, unless I'm dumber than then, which I almost certainly am, I should be able to do this. Because this is the Masterpiece Edition. It is the same thing, more or less. I mean, I played the original, 1993 release. But this one is supposed to be, frame for frame. Are there turny things? I can't click on the little lights. It doesn't do anything. There's this note over here where it's settings. It seems like it is only giving me these 2 things. Maybe I need to get to this one? And maybe if I... Frickin' bug. I don't know why the bug just wants my face. Maybe if I... Because there are 6 of these lights, and there are 6 switch things on the island. Maybe if I switch them to a different position, this will change? I can find this out pretty quickly. If I go up here, go over here, there's one right here. So I just flipped it to the other position. Let's see if that changed anything. It did not. Okay, so it's not that. How do I enter stuff into this thing? I'm assuming it's not just hit the button 6 times. That would be stupid. That was 6 times. And nothing happened. One would think the first thing that I'm supposed to unlock is the thing right next to where I spawned, with the only note that gives me any kind of direction. One would think that's the first thing I'm supposed to do. Atris says it like it would be so simple to do. I'm sure Catherine knows how to work the machines on this place. Hmm. Myst was the second game ever that you had to buy a guide for. Yeah. I mean, when I was in college, I had all the time in the world to just kind of explore and figure it out. The only it was there was a part in Myst 3 where you were in this like forest world or like on this giant tree, and I just could not figure out how to get to where I needed to go. Couldn't figure out what pixel to click on. Which to me, that just seemed like poor design. Like, if you can't figure out how to get to the next screen, like, that just seems like poor design to me. So, I felt like that wasn't my fault. Let's see, we've got all these power lines. Got this spaceship. Yeah, I have this other thing where I can potentially bring power to the spaceship. Maybe I should just forget about Atreus' message and try to power the spaceship. That on that piece of paper, is that green object in the top left corner on it just attack, or is it something you can click on? You remember going to CompUSA to get the guide. FYI, the spaceship is hard AF. Oh, really? This says power to spaceship 0. Oh, but I don't know what I need. I don't know what number it needs to be, so I probably can't do that yet. I mean, I could try to brute force it, but meh. We'll try to do things in order. You're right. Wait, have I been in here yet? I have not been in here yet! Okay, here's where we're gonna get some more clues. Got this nice library place. I can sit in the fireplace. I'm having memories of being in the fireplace. Whoa. I just opened something. I just opened a secret passageway. Hang on. I want to go back and look at the books first. There's a map. That's just steel wall. The map of the island? The island. I am here, perhaps? Yeah, this is the dock. This is the little, I don't know, what do you call it when you look at stars? The cog thing, we didn't figure it out yet. This is the library, I think, and I'm back here. There's the spaceship. Okay, that's slightly terrifying. Okay. I'm assuming I want it to be red. So now it's looking at the cog things. That might do something later. Okay. Let's see. We got notes. I have a note. It is in my hand. How do I look at it? Planetarium, thank you. Or maybe I had to put the page into the book.
Why? Bring me a red.
Okay, I didn't understand much of that, but I don't think I was supposed to. I do remember how this game ends. I was very happy when I first played it that I happened to get the best ending on the first try. Put the page in the book, put the page in the book. Page in the book, put the page in the book.
Monsieur? Are you? See you. You know. Help me. Bring blue pages. Never. Just... I must have the blue page.
He must have the blue pages.
Hand to me.
Find red pages for one guy, find blue pages for the other guy. Yeah. Oh, I can't get out now. Oh, if I hit this, that would allow me to get back out. But I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna go over here. Library. I'm assuming this is the tower, yeah. So, since I've rotated the tower, it should now be looking at the cog thing. Little book symbol. Alright, let's go up. Hey, look! It's the cog thing. Hello, cog thing. Oh, it's also looking at one of the switches. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well... that do anything for me? Really seem like it. Go back down and look at something else? This game was very advanced for the 90s. Oh yeah! Well, the funny thing about it is that you can play it like how you would play Spelunks, where you're just kind of like exploring, but then it's like, oh wait, no, there's actually a plot to find, which is unlike Spelunks. Alright, let's rotate this tower. And let's see if that does anything. Going back up. Ba 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 ba. I kind of feel like real Myst and other, like, where you're walking through the world and it's not screen by screen, would actually probably make it harder. Now, why am I looking at the ruined ship? There isn't a switch down here. I wonder if the tower is optional and is just, like, a guide. Like, maybe I'm supposed to go there at some point. But yeah, this is the little cup of the sunken ship. What do I remember about this game? Pretty much just the ending. I also know it's possible to speedrun this game very quickly, if you know what you're doing. Well, guess we can continue. Spaceship! Gonna look in the tower and see if anything has changed. What we doing here? You think if I rotate it correctly, something happens? What do you think is the any % record for Myst 1? I've looked it up at one point, and I'm pretty sure it's like 5 minutes or something. It's something absurdly short. Because if you know the code that you need, you just, it's like on the Myst Island, you never go to any of the other places. You put a code into a certain spot, you get the piece that you need to activate the end game, and then you just do it. Oh, it's 37 seconds. See, I overestimated with 5 minutes, yeah. Alright, now it's pointed out the spaceship, but again, it doesn't really appear to be doing anything. Maybe the switches have to be in a certain order. I don't know. How about all pages? Oh. That I don't know. Yeah, I've only ever looked at any %, which is like, oh my god. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave this now. We're gonna open the door and go back out. And now the door has opened. 10 minutes, 40 seconds. Yeah, that makes sense. Interesting, it has a little model here. Yeah, I think I need to power the spaceship, so I think that's gonna be useless for now. I mean, I could put random dates into here. Or attempt to. Oh. Hey, look, it's a different constellation. Nifty. What if I do today's date? The 10th, I think. And it's basically 9 a.m. Oh, this is the year! They're like, the music is taken over by this. Can I slide this? Yeah, I can slide it. Boop. Cool. Okay, it's cool, but I don't... I probably have to put in a certain date or something. Imagine Myst in VR. Oh, they've done that. So, in Axolotl Pain, there is a remaster of Myst that came out, like, 3 years ago. And a remaster of Riven that came out last year. I don't know if they're doing the whole series, but yeah. And it has VR, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if it's good. I haven't played it, but, you know. Definitely want to cash in on the Nostalgia. Does it do? I don't know. Maybe I should have some amount of power on. Like, maybe I just push all the buttons. And then... Oh! Oh, it overloads at a certain point. Okay. Well... let's see if now there's power and if the switches do anything. Still does not sound like they're doing anything. There's a switch thingy over there. Let's count them again. Make sure we have the right number. So switch thingy there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 7. There's 7. Okay, that's good to know. I miscounted. There's 7 switch thingies. Not that I still have any idea how to enter the stupid thing. You want to get to 100 or equal on both sides? Well, but I don't care about power to the spaceship at this point. I'm just trying to get power to everything else. But maybe. Let me count the switches one more time, just to make sure. Okay, so here I am. Here I'm starting point. So there's 1, there's a second one up there. So that's 2. 3 for the one in front of the planetarium. 4, the one in front of the spaceship. There isn't one in front of the library, so that's 4. 5, the one by the pond. 6, the one by the power place. And 7, the one over there by the clock tower. So there are 7 total. I'll go back down here. Why not? Alright, it is permanent. I'm gonna turn everything back off. Well, now this one isn't changing at all. Is there a circuit breaker? Maybe it's the circuit breaker, we don't know. Now it's not going at all. That's very interesting. I broke it. It's been shorted out in some way. Another potential idea. Circuit breaker over here. Maybe. I love when I'm just like, I don't know what the function of these things are, but maybe. Maybe it'll make a difference. Did not make a difference. Alright, so I broke that. I do not know how to fix it. This is not moving anymore. Hey. Alright. Let's go back to the, thing and see if we can enter 7 into it. Because there are 7 marker switches. So I have to do it as 7. So maybe if I push it 7 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Message, go! Message did not go. I don't understand, because there's no other way to interact with the thing. Okay. Little green thing up here. Somebody said that earlier. They said there was a little green thing near the note. I thought they were talking about the note outside. They meant this note. Thank you for trying to give me a hint. Sorry that I'm dumb. Okay. Maybe I need the topographical extrusion test and then I'll be able to enter 7? Ooh, ah. Oh. Dude, do you know how cool this probably was in the 90s? Like, look at that. That's amazing. Okay, and it goes away? But how do I interact with it? I think this was probably just being like, look what our software can do. It doesn't look like I can interact with it in any way. So, instead, let's go to marker switch diagram, which I probably should have tried immediately because it's talking about the marker switches, and so I can probably interact with them there. Hey, I found 7 of these. Oh! No, I get it. It was just saying, that's what you're looking for, dummy. I know that! How do I enter the thing in here? I found 7 of them. There are 7. So, give me the frickin' message. Why isn't it working? What about... Hey, what I originally thought, that there were 6. There are 7, but What if there were 6? Nope. I have an idea. How about maybe there's an 8th one that I have been unable to find? That seems reasonable.
Catherine, my love, I have to leave quickly. Something terrible has happened. It's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar, but I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. Oh, I should have known better than to have left my library unchecked for so long. Well, I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in their places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return. But if you've forgotten the access keys, remember the tower rotation. Oh, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, wait, and erase this message after you viewed it, just to be safe.
Okay. So I don't know how much that helps me, other than I think maybe I should go back to the library and see if there are books I can click on. Like, look, there's this whole bookshelf here. Oh! I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small, rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late, and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I had hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level, approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least, he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human, at least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he has not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he had told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I'm not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I'd imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. Then they kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while, he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out of the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As the strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awake, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Sirius and Aknar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoian age. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warn the boys not to take advantage of the respect of the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith that they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Sirius and Aknar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Sirius and Aknar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Aknar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Aknar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Aknar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and I'm reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready to travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. And some diagrams. Cool. Okay, so that was a cool little book there. It's a prank, the different colors. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got lots of journals here. Got lots of... Oh, that one's destroyed. Okay. That one's destroyed too. Looks like maybe there are only 4 good books. This one, this one, this one, and then the Channelwood one that we just read. Everything else has been destroyed. I mean, it's good for building of the lore, but I'm still not sure where we're supposed to go next. I don't know, this might be a good place to stop. And switch over to some magic, because I don't know how to proceed, and I do not have the patience I did as a youngin'. Yeah, I guess. So I can guarantee you that when I was a youngin', I would have read all of those books. But I don't know how interesting that is to you all. If you want to hear me read all that stuff. But I've been playing about an hour. I've made, I think, very little progress. There's the tower up there. And I don't know. Hey Devils, how's it going? I was thinking about maybe... see, the fact that there are 8 switches makes me wonder... Where's the 8th one? Because I only found 7. So is there a part of the island I haven't found yet? Maybe? It's going. How about myself? Doing okay. Yeah, I can't really complain. Yeah, I think, I'm going to run an ad break and then hop back into some magic, man. I had a draft yesterday that went pretty well. You think it's probably something with the tower that I need to do? But I've already looked at the tower in all 3 of its possible directions, or at least, you know. So I looked there, I looked there, and I looked there. And it seems like those are the only directions you can really look. Maybe I don't need to look in the tower. Maybe now that the tower is... What? I have not seen this. What is this? The heck is this? And why have I not seen it before? Pink or green? What? How did I get there? Wait, where was that? What? What? What was the flamingo thing? Hang on. Is it this? Oh, it's this! It's these! These are things! These are things! Okay. Well, that's interesting. But I don't know in what orientation they need to be. Pink or green. I'm switching them to green because it seems like pink is the default. Wait, there are two hook thingies? Oh no, this one's an eye. Alright. Ross. Okay. Everything should be green now. But I don't know what that does. I'm gonna do what I was gonna do, which is go over here. The tower is now pointing at this cog thingy. It's not doing anything, though. I wonder if you do, like, some combination of things, if, like, the boat will raise out of here, and if it will then correspondingly raise out of the ocean by the dock. But maybe it has to be a certain code. One thing is for sure, and that is that... Oh. Can I go back here? I can go back here! This is a new spot. Power lines. I don't know what that does. Is it just telling me that there are power lines? Can I do anything else over here? Is this where the other switch is? Not appear so. Okay, well, that was another little area. I need to get, like, a snack and stuff. Midnight. Go. Okay, that was a little too easy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop. We're going to save the game. Oh, there's an autosave, I guess? You can name your save. And then, going to swap over to some magic and get a snack. So, yeah, but this was... you can kind of see why... You know, I feel like there's probably another path that I have not gotten to with this giant tree here. Just realizing, like, looking at the map, and that's probably where the last switch is. But anyway, gotta go get some food, and then I will come back with some Magic the Gathering. I shall BRB. Oh, look at that. They give you credits. Alrighty, I shall be right back.